The initial discovery of this process, well, I narrowed the date down. It was September 3rd, 2011. I was sitting on the couch at my girlfriend at the time at her house, and I was just looking through pages, being the nerd that I am, and I was just curious about the stars. I wanted to know what stars did, what they were comprised of, just curious. Nothing more, nothing less. So I decided to look up a star's evolution path. So I looked up stellar evolution on Wikipedia. And I was scrolling down, just, reading over things like planetary nebulas and red dwarfs and the red giants and the sun, and looking at all these diagrams and these pictures. And I was looking at all of it, being curious. Oh, okay, yada yada. This is what they all think it does, blah 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 blah. And then the magic happened. I saw this picture right here. It says the onion-like layers of a massive evolved star just before core collapse, not to scale. Okay, so you have iron, silicon, oxygen, neon, carbon, helium, hydrogen. Basically, it's layered, and the core will eventually collapse and it will explode into a supernova, injected in a subsequent supernova. And then it hit me. I was like, wait a second. That's not what they think it is. That's actually the Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an evolved star. The iron center, and then magnesium, and you have heavier elements, and then you have the silicon crust topped with nitrogen, oxygen, helium, and hydrogen. You're looking at an evolved star. There it is. We're standing on one. Now, if it's going to have a core collapse and explode into a supernova, I hope not. That would stink. Here we go again. Apparently Earth is also a red giant star. Nickel and iron in the center, silicon, oxygen and magnesium, and then carbon, helium, nitrogen, hydrogen on the top. Apparently we're standing on a red giant star. Now, right when you thought it got confusing, wait till you see this. Guess what? Venus is the same way. Earth is the same way. Mars is the same way. Mercury is the same way. Now, when you look at this, you see Saturn and Jupiter. Don't look at their liquid hydrogen nonsense. Don't look at their liquid metallic hydrogen, the ice core, the silicate core. These objects right here are forming these objects. These are earlier or much younger stars in earlier stages of evolution. Their interiors are a more diffuse, still forming version of these. These are the old stars. These are the middle-aged stars. These are called gas giants. Now, when these two objects, Neptune and Uranus, cool and shrink, they become more like Earth, which then, in a previous video will become more like Venus. And after many billions of years of collisions, the surface will get destroyed by craters, or by meteors and asteroids, and it will be ripped away. And Mars is just like that. It's going to have its crust ripped away too. But look at Mercury. This signals that it was just as old as the Earth at one point. Another video I go over, or I should go over this, is the thickness of this iron core right here will determine how long it took for the star to form. So to form its iron core, which sets a lower limit on the star's age. So the thickness of this being the same thickness as that, meaning these iron cores took about the same time to form. And of course you have Mars, So Mars's iron core took a bit longer to form. But basically, we know what these are going to become. They become these things. And ever since that event happened and I saw those onion-like layers which resemble the Earth, nothing's ever been the same for me. My whole world was flipped upside down because I realized if Earth is an ancient star, then it means all stellar evolution models that I read earlier are wrong. Stars don't explode. They don't, shrink into black holes or become neutron stars and start spinning really fast. All that is pseudoscience. What the star actually does is form a core and cool and die, eventually hosting life on its rocky crust with deep oceans. Stars are understandable constructs. It doesn't require many years of schooling. It doesn't require a PhD, and it certainly doesn't require you to be reviewed by your peers and to be published in a mainstream journal before you can consider this idea. This idea is basic star science and is the future of star science. Anybody that reads this will have superior understanding of the stars, and that's basically why I'm doing this. We cannot allow for continued pseudoscience such as black holes and Big Bang to be continually taught. Those are a waste of time. They're just rainy day physics back when scientists had no idea how the Earth formed, how Venus formed, or how anything in the universe actually worked. But, now we know better. It's taken some time, but here we are, moving ahead.